Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here, and it is Monday the 8th of April. This is your flying forecast for the week ahead. Now remember that weather-webs get free of charge by the adverts that you see around the screen here. It's by you coming back and using the site and using the adverts. That's what keeps us free of charge. So here's the chart for Tuesday then. Got low pressure centred across the south of the country on Tuesday. Probably into non-VFR flying conditions East Anglia, southern parts of England, northern parts of France through Tuesday. Cloud bases there below about 1,500 feet in outbreaks of rain. Typically though up to about 2,000 feet. Tops around 7,000 or 8,000 feet. I think also we're going to find some spots of rain affecting these eastern coasts, turning wintry over the hills. Quite a brisk easterly wind there, bases around 1,700 feet, tops at about 5,000 or 6,000 feet. Best of the flying conditions so out towards the west, here more broken cloud, bases at 2,500 feet, tops up at about 5,000 feet. On to Wednesday, and the area of low pressure is cleared away towards the east. It's still feeding in some low cloud off the North Sea, or rather lower cloud off the North Sea, down through eastern coast of Scotland, eastern coast of England, southeast England too. Bits and pieces of rain there. Visibility probably down to 5 kilometres at times, with the bases of around 1,500 to 2,000 feet in outbreaks of rain, tops of 6,000 or 7,000 feet. So you see not much vertical extent on there. I think further towards the west though, what we're going to find there is bases around 3,000 to 3,500 feet, with much more broken cloud and tops at about 6,000 feet, which much better visibility towards the west too. On to Thursday, a bit of a change in conditions. I think probably quite a hazy day for Thursday. Visibility perhaps reduced, perhaps between about 8 and 10 kilometres for many. Bits and pieces of rain affecting eastern Scotland, bases there 1,700 feet. But for most of us, I think we should find bases up at about 3,000 to 3,500 feet. Tops at about 6,000 feet, and quite a reasonable day. However, a front is moving into Ireland and the far southwest of England. So within this sort of zone, we're going to be finding bases there at about 1,200 to 1,400 feet in outbreaks of rain. Tops about 10,000 feet. And also you notice here bits of cloud and outbreaks of rain affecting the southern coast, where we could see 1,700 foot bases at times with reduced visibility. But I think still hanging just into VFR there, and really VFR for most of England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland. For Friday, the area of low pressure moves its way a little bit further eastwards. It's south of Ireland by then. I think it pushes a trough northwards, probably within this sort of zone, which brings bases of 1,500 feet, tops of 10,000 feet. Some embedded Q or QNIM in there too, as it tracks northwards during the day. Better conditions following in towards the south, but I think we're going to find a problem with low bases as that trough moves north. A bit hit and miss as to where you get the decent flying conditions. I think generally much of western Scotland is best of all, and probably improving in the far south later. Then into Saturday, starting to see a change take place. Low pressure out towards the southwest of Ireland. Got this area of rain sweeping its way northeastwards across southern and western parts of the country. Increased winds too, with bases of around 1,200 to 1,400 feet. Tops of 12,000 to 14,000 feet. So proper area of rain going northwards. Maybe better though for northern and eastern parts of Scotland. Also maybe a little better across East Anglia in the southeast. Bases there perhaps 1,800 to 2,000 feet. Tops of 8,000 feet and lighter rain there. So generally I think we may just get away with VFR within that sort of zone there, but becoming non-VFR out towards the west. And then finally for Sunday, low pressure west of Scotland. Look, we got breeze conditions with the isobars so close together there. Gales out towards the north and the west. Outbreaks of rain affecting Scotland and Ireland too, with bases of around 1,500 to 1,600 feet and tops at about 12,000 to 13,000 feet in those outbreaks of rain. I think generally though, for much of England and eastern parts of Wales, we're going to be finding improved conditions at about 2,000 foot bases, tops at around 8,000 feet. Perhaps some showers towards the west and the south, but those becoming increasingly scattered, and the best of the flying conditions East Anglia in the southeast, with higher bases there and reasonable visibility. So pick of the day as well, it's a bit of a tricky one really. I suppose I'd have to plump for the idea of Sunday in the east once that low pressure's come in, and also Wednesday's not looking too bad across northern and northwestern parts of the country. It's this transitional week really is going to be the main story of the week, but hopefully that's useful for you planning your flying. Once again, thanks for watching weatherweb.net, and don't forget we're kept free of charge by the adverts you're seeing around the screen here. By you coming back and using the site, that's what keeps us free of charge. So thanks for doing that. Have a great flying week and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.